Have you ever wondered how do professional music producers get such a good groove and pump in their tracks? It sounds amazing everywhere, in the club, in the car, in the studio, at home, and in this video I will reveal the secret that all the pros use to achieve that nice and clean sound, groove and pump. Let me show you two tracks before I tell you what this technique is about.
Just hold me slowly, touch me there.
And the track number two.
Just hold me slowly, touch me there. Down, I feel it right now. And give me rhythm, don't hold back. Every time I need you right.
So what is the secret? The secret lies on the surface and it is sidechain. In this video, I'm gonna show you how pros sidechain and give you 5 ways to sidechain in a creative way in Ableton Live, Cubase, Logic, FL Studio, whatever DAW and software you use. If you're new to the channel, my name is Vlad and I create superstar music producers. If you need help with your music, I do coaching. All links are down below. Let's get started with this video. Alright, so let's talk about the tip number 1, kick bass sidechain. So normally you would put a compressor on your kick and the bass, right? But that's the old and outdated way of sidechain, although sometimes it may work. I just prefer, like for my music, a different way of doing it. So let me show you how the kick and the bass could sound with a compressor as a sidechain and with the new method that I'm going to show you just in a second. So listen to the compressor. Sounds kind of okay, right? But when we just focus on the low end, you will hear like a bit of rumble. So when the kick hits together with the bass, it's like it's not ducking enough. So there's still like a little bit of conflict here, right? So what we can do here instead is I'm going to go back to the presentation. And this is the new way of sidechaining your kick to the bass. So I would sidechain the low end with the volume shaper, right? So from 0 to like 2, 3, maybe 400, right? Depends on the track. And the top end, I would sidechain with the track spacer suited to like a spectral sidechain plugin. And it will sound much cleaner. So let's go ahead and give it a listen and listen to now how the kick and the bass sound, especially like just the low end. So there's no rumble when the kick hits, like it's clean. It's because it's ducking like at 100%. And it's really nice, it's really clean and transparent, which is also important, right? So here you can see we have the volume shaper, which is ducking till 300. And you can dial in the right settings. Settings are not important. I'm just giving you the tool, right? And then the track spacer. So why I love track spacer, because we can still use attack and release as we do on the compressor, but it reacts to the frequencies, to like spectral information, not just the dynamics as the compressor does, right? And then if you dial in the right attack and release, you can have a really nice and balanced sidechain on the top end, right? So let's do without this one. I still want a little bit more with this one. Right, you can see it's really nice, it's really balanced. And sounds good with the drum. So experiment with that. I'm not gonna go into the specifics. The more important, like the approach is more important itself. Okay, tip number 2, transparent and clean reverb. So if you ever wondered how do professional producers get such a nice and clean reverb in their mixes, I'm going to give you the answer right now. So again, the method is going to be exactly the same. We're going to split the reverb into low end sidechain, like from the kick, and the top end sidechain from the vocals, leads, or what have you, right? So just listen to how the vocal now sounds without the sidechain on the reverb channel, right? Pay attention to the clarity of the mix. I'm going to boost that a little bit more.
And give me rhythm, don't hold back. Every time I need you right now. And give me rhythm.
it's a bit too much, although I like the character of the reverb. It's just, I don't know, it's just a bit too much. So first step is, for me, is going to be sidechaining the low end. So just by sidechaining the low end, you still do a lot. Where you are ducking and you are giving that nice pump. So listen to how it's going to sound now.
And give me rhythm, don't hold back. Leave the time out. I need you right now. And give me rhythm, don't hold back. Leave the time out.
So the next step is going to be sidechaining from the instruments, right? And we want to do, yeah, same logic, right? Just the, let's say from 200 or something like that. You can experiment with that. Again, I'm just showing you the approach itself. Let's just do the full band, right? So this is from the instruments and this is from the vocal. I'll play you both. So first the vocal, now with the sidechain. Listen to how much cleaner the reverb sounds.
And give me rhythm, don't hold back. Leave the time out. And give me rhythm, don't hold back. Leave the time out. I need you right now. And give me rhythm, don't hold back. Leave the time out. I need you.
So the reverb has a lot of low frequencies which will create mud in the mix. So this is why this method is so cool. You still have that nice character, nice tail of the reverb, but now
And give me rhythm, don't hold back. Leave the time out.
you can push it how much you want.
And give me.
Same with the instruments.
And give me rhythm.
Let's solo the instrument. So same thing here, right? We can do like this. You can push it a little bit more. And it sounds clean. I can crank the reverb, like the level of the reverb, quite a lot. But we are still carving space with the Spectral Sidechain plugin. Okay, so that's the tip number 2 for transparent reverb. Again, to summarize and recap, sidechain from the kick, the low end, and the top end experiment with the track spacer soothed to any Spectral Sidechain plugin. Okay, cool. Number 3, pumping drums. The logic is going to be really simple. So for the drums, I usually use a compressor, and you can try a volume shaper if that works for your genre. I just like a bit more natural sound for my drums. But again, logic is simple. We sidechain the low end and we sidechain the top end. Top end is going to be with the Spectral Sidechain plugin. Low end could be like with a volume shaper, compressor, like what have you. All right, I'm going to show you those 2 methods. So we have the kick and the bass, and let's do the drums. So first is going to be compressor. It's really soft. Again, not going to talk too much about the specific settings that I use. Just listen to how it changes the sound. Pretty nice. I'm not sure like if you can with this compressor choose if you can sidechain the low end of the drums or not. So be really careful. Again, I'm just giving you the tools. Make sure that they fit. Make sure that they fit and that it sounds good. So I would be really careful with that. With the track spacer, this one is a little bit more flexible. You can work with attack and release here, right? And you can dial in the right settings for the drums, and it sounds transparent. As I said, it's really neutral. But sometimes I just want a compressor just because like I like the way it sounds. But you can see it sounds pretty nice without the sidechain on the drums. Like it's too flat, something is lacking, right? Now with the compressor first, maybe a little bit too much. So I kind of like the track spaces here. So I would probably go with the track spacer. It's really transparent. But sometimes, again, you can combine this. Just make sure that you don't over-process because it's really easy, okay? I have a next step. So this is 3.1, we could say, right? So if you have a lot of drum loops, samples, right, we can use some creative sidechain techniques to achieve again a better pump. So if you're using shakers, and I'm sure you're using shakers in your music, right? We can sidechain the hats and the claps to the shaker. Thus, we can achieve a really nice pump in the track. So I'm just going to show you how this sounds. So we have the main clap, shaker, and the hi-hat. So first, I'm going to show you without the sidechain. It's not bad already. And now with those two, so we are sidechaining from the hi-hat first. With a fast release, fast attack. And then we do same thing from the clap with a bit different attack and release settings. And just pay attention to how much cleaner this stuff sounds. So we are ducking the shaker, and it sounds transparent. It sounds really clean, and balanced, which is amazing. Let's do without. Again, not bad, but I want a little bit more. Yeah, so this step is really simple. Again, try it out. You can sidechain anything to anything, and that's the message of this video. Okay, and we have, I think, 2 tips left. Clean leads. So tip number 4, quite often you would have pads playing, chords playing, and if they occupy the same frequency range as the leads, right, they will be conflicting. So what we can do here is we can sidechain again with track spacer. We can sidechain the lead sound to the pad. I'm gonna first play you this without the sidechain, right? Just see how that sounds. I mean, how the lead and pad sound together. Right, like not bad, but it could be much better. So what we can do here, let's take track spacer. Again, I'm sidechaining the plucky sound, and just listen to how much cleaner this sounds. And it's really transparent. You don't hear that we have sidechain going on. I can push this whole thing a little bit louder. And one more time without. Really nice, really clean, and yeah, that's it for this one. And I have one more tip for you, last tip, instrument group ducking. So again, the logic is going to be the same. You kind of want to play with the low end sidechain and with the top end sidechain. So for the low end, I'm using, again, volume shaper. That could be LFO tool, Kickstart, what have you. And let me show you why I decided to split that in 2 bands, why I think it's really cool. It's cool because if you just do the regular sidechain, right, we do like this. Sometimes it's either too much, like it's gonna be now. Although I like this pump. But if I split this band, now like it's just not enough. But it is really easy to fix that with track spacer. So again, I'm just applying track spacer on everything above 300 Hertz. And right now, when we do so, Sounds pretty nice, pretty transparent, and if you dial in the right attack and release settings, a little shorter. Really nice, right? And this is completely without sidechain. And now with the sidechain. And you may want to do the whole group a little bit louder just to compensate for this. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. Really wanted to share this one with you. These are the latest techniques that I've been trying for my mixes. As you can see, as you heard, there's like a massive difference between the first mix that I showed you in the beginning of the video and the second mix when you apply the sidechain techniques correctly. So I hope you liked the video. I hope you learned something valuable. More stuff is coming next week. I'm feeling pretty productive, just like to make more videos for you all. So if you have any ideas, anything, like just welcome to the comment section. As always, I appreciate you watching. If you need some coaching, we'll listen down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.